100% down home, unbridled, unfiltered, unadulterated fire from the South, thrashy heavy metal the way it was intended to be played by the forefathers. With me from Richmond, god damn it, Shovelhead AD. What's up, guys?
What's going on, brother? How are you, man?
Good. I need to know, who wrote that song? Who wrote Fire from the South?
That was me, and then one of the riffs in there was also from our bass player, Matt. So it was a little bit of a collaborative effort. It's one of my favorite songs on the record.
Oh, I love that song so much.
Yeah.
I love that song so much. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Chuck. I'm the singer and rhythm guitar player.
And I'm Jacob, and I play drums.
All right. Did you more or less agree with my summary up front?
Yeah, that's about it. That's pretty on the money, I reckon.
Good. I've seen the word groove attached to your name, and I don't know, do you guys like that term, or?
I don't mind it. I haven't thought too much about it, actually. But
I don't know where else to put us.
Yeah.
You know, because people ask, like, what do you sound like? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I've never really been a huge fan of that term. Like, I know where it came from. Came from, like, Pantera.
Yeah.
There was an old interview. It was mentioned once, and then from there, people were like, oh, like, groove metal. And then it started getting
became a thing, yeah.
Yeah, right. And I was kind of like, to me, that sound was always just like, that's heavy metal, thrashy heavy metal.
There should be a good groove in about everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
So, okay, all right. Did you set out to play that style though? Because I mean, you are really playing something that is reflective of the days of yore. You know, I mean, was that the goal in the beginning?
it was supposed to be kind of old school, yeah. It's not really trying to, because there were some trends that are coming around, because we've been around since like 22, 23, somewhere around then. So, I mean, I think so. We were all listening to old school stuff at the time, so it was like, it just kind of came out that way. I don't know if it was a super conscious effort, but just kind of came out that way. Yeah.
It's just, I'm always fascinated by bands that have younger members with sounds that remind me of like late 80s, early 90s and everything. I mean, is that pretty much your influences?
I think so, primarily. Although Jacob's got some influences that are pretty...
I was about to say. So I'm always big into slam, hardcore, which nobody else in the band's into hardcore, grindcore, all that stuff. So
I think you kind of have to be if you live around here.
It's kind of just part of it.
Being from Richmond, there's a hardcore show every night. So like back in high school, wasn't big into hardcore. All my friends are into hardcore, and now I'm into hardcore. So.
But it doesn't really, or maybe it does. I don't pick up a ton of hardcore, you know?
Yeah.
Not so much. But man, yeah, I wouldn't say influence hardcore, not so much. But man, the shows are fun. Whenever we get to play on hardcore bills, those shows are always so much fun. But we don't really listen to a whole lot.
Well, I do.
For the most part.
I try to get them into it, and they're just like,
nah. Well, I feel like there's some hardcore that metalheads can get down with.
Hatebreed.
We were talking about this the other day. When he came over, I was listening to Hatebreed in my shop, and I was like, dude, even like die hard, like no hardcore guys like Hatebreed.
Yeah.
You know? So it's pretty cool.
You know who was calling? Actually, it was Daniel from Age of Ruin. Daniel Ruin. We were talking about that, about like different styles of hardcore and everything, and he called Hatebreed metalcore, and he explained it, and then I understood it as to why he might say that. It's because like it's a slightly more like metally sound and everything. But to me, they're just hardcore. But
some people call it like metallic hardcore, which that's getting a bit too deep into the genre stuff, because people love to argue about genres all the time, and it's whatever.
Yeah,
it's whatever you like.
So, I mean, how do you guys feel about the way people look at your sound, though? I mean, have you heard any kind of weird genre placements for Shovelhead?
We normally get thrash and groove metal. That's normally the main ones.
But we're not just thrash.
No,
so that people don't know where to put us. So, which is fine.
And groove kind of doesn't really mean anything. So it's so that's why it's like, yeah, that's fine. It's not very specific about anything. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
So New South Hill, is your first full length, right?
Yeah, that was the first one we did back at the end of 23. Yeah.
Yeah, and that has, at least in my opinion, sort of a more of like a traditional 80s kind of slightly dirtier, kind of like niche, like thrash metal like sound to it and stuff. And then, you know, the production on Timeless Old, production a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
No less. It's not to say it's like watered down or anything like that. The sound is watered down because I'll just listen to Fire from the South and everything, you know. But like, what was it? What was the difference going into Timeless Old though?
Well, and that was right. Actually, we did Timeless was right before Jacob and Fernando joined the band, and
We joined in April of last year.
yeah,
So we've only been playing together for a year and
a year and some change. Yeah.
So
But no, for Timeless, we definitely wanted to, I don't know if polish is the right word, but sort of clean up the sound a little bit and give it a little more, I don't know, a little more professional quality, if you will. But I don't know, because we thought the songs deserved it. We spent a lot more time on, we wanted to make sure everything was crisp and clear and really, I guess, polished. Yeah.
That must be the mindset that is shared by, or was shared by certain bands in the 90s. Like, I mean, if you listen to like Force of Habit by Exodus, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like noticeably like cleaner, right? And even we'll get off thrash. Listen to like No More Tears by Ozzy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little bit more, say, commercially accessible.
Mhm.
And then Euthanasia, Megadeth is kind of like that too, you know?
Very much. Yeah.
And that's not a knock because those all happen to be my favorite albums, like from those bands and everything, you know? But no, it sounds like you guys, I'm just so surprised that you're so young, you know, because I didn't want to spend a ton of time like studying you guys and looking at tons of pictures and stuff like that before he came in because I wanted it to be fresh. So in my head, I'm like, all right, I got a bunch of old guys coming in, you know?
Dudes from the late 80s still playing the thrash and then like some Pantera stuff. It's like, no, I was born in the 90s, technically 99, but
2002.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
yeah.
Damn. I have a term that I place for on you guys' sound, right? And I mean this in the nicest, most endearing way. No. And it's because I seek out this sound and I feel like it's hard to find. Like I mentioned Force of Habit, Exodus before, that qualifies. Like Cowboys from Hell, Pantera, right? And I call it scumbag metal, right?
Hell yeah.
Scumbag. No.
Yeah.
That rules.
Yeah, it's just like a dirtier sound and everything, you know?
It's got some grit to it, a little bit of edge to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it reminds me of like maybe just like a time period like back in back in my day. You know who else used that and we made a whole reel out of it? It was Daniel from Age of Ruin.
Hell yeah.
Back in my day and everything. So you guys must have a lot of fun playing though, no?
Yeah. It's always a great time playing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it wasn't always like that. Like when we were a 3-piece, it was kind of we were trying to do a lot with just 3. And now that we've added a second guitar player in Fernando, it has been a lot of fun because it kind of takes a little bit of the burden off me. Like as a guitar player, like an old school style band, we like to have guitar solos and doing the vocals, all the heavy rhythm guitar and all the solos. It got to be able to where I felt like I was like a machine on stage, just focusing. I couldn't really enjoy being up there as much. So now having a couple guitar players, being a little more free on stage, I very much enjoy it a lot more. Yeah.
So were your songs any different than what we hear now back when you were a 3-piece?
Correct. A lot of the leads have been handed off to Fernando, so I don't have to. Well, and he's much better also, which is a plus.
Which we were talking about this the other day. It's like if he ever leaves the band, I don't know what we're going to do.
It would be
because some of the solos he plays.
Very challenging stuff. Because a lot of Timeless, like, and he adds, like, so the album Timeless Old has a few solos on it. He adds so many more live that give it this whole new dimension of, because there's more melodies. We harmonize. We do all this sorts of cool stuff that we couldn't do with just one guitar player. So it's a lot of fun.
Is anybody a Maiden fan in the band?
Yes.
Fernando's
is a huge Maiden fan.
Maiden fan. Yeah, big time.
Did he have? Oh, wait a minute. So he joined. What year did he join?
Beginning of 25. Yeah.
Oh, wait. So he wasn't there for the writing of Timeless Old.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the solos he adds, and that's another reason we're doing a live album in the fall to encapsulate some of that stuff he's added to the songs in terms of like the harmonies and the lead melodies and all that sort of stuff. Because they weren't on the album because we didn't have a lead guitar player.
Well, the reason I brought up Maiden was because I was thinking of Crawl to Me. Like, you know, like there's a
Well, and that was our original drummer Shelby. He's a big Maiden fan. He's also those gallops. It's very Maideny. But yeah, that was all him. That was all Shelby.
Yeah, because I mean, most of Shovelhead's music, I would say, is maybe not. You wouldn't really hear it and automatically think Maiden. You know, you might think like,
Yeah, sure.
you know where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might think Exodus. You might think, a lot of the big four. You think Testament, that kind of thing.
We get a lot of Pantera, Metallica, Damage Plan, that sort of stuff.
Damage Plan, really?
Yeah.
I'll say I love Damage Plan.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was about to say I was redoing his porch actually. I was listening to Damage Plan. I was like, dude, we kind of sound like Damage Plan.
There's a little bit of that. And especially,
well, less clean singing. I'll say Damage Plan has clean singing. We
true. Yeah, we
have clean singing. But
yeah.
Yeah, your vocals remind me of. Do you listen to any death metal at all?
Big time. I'm a big death metal guy.
Oh yeah, because you remind me of BRET HOFFMAN from Malevolent Creation.
Oh hell yeah, those guys rule. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You can't I get maybe I don't know if it's fair to say you have like blackened vocals, but his were kind. I mean, despite being in a death metal band, like his were kind of like blackened.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we dabble in that. And a lot of when we were talking about Damage Plan, we've got a whole new album written that's going to be. We're in the process of recording it now, so it'll be later this year or beginning of 27 when it'll actually come out, but we're still recording and stuff. But that's where we got the Damage. We were listening to the demos over at his place the other day. It's like there's a lot of Pantera, Damage Plan type stuff. So it's a little bit still very old school. So some of the scumbag.
Yeah. Well, have I slept on Damage Plan? Am I missing out?
I love Damage Plan.
That album it didn't do very well, I think, when it
didn't.
first came out. But damn, it's you got to give it another listen, man, front to back.
Oh, no shit, huh?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I'd say Blink of an Eye is probably my favorite song off that record. It's great.
I know the lead single off of it.
What was that?
Save Me.
Yeah, that's it. Save Me. And I have such like weird memories of that song because I remember it was what was it, December 8th, 2004.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if you're a big Pantera fan, it's not as aggressive as Pantera, which I think probably turned off some people.
Yeah.
Because like Trendkill and Reinventing the Steel
right before that
doesn't sound
Pantera.
quite like those, but I quite enjoy it. So
That's good. One of the big things that turned me off, I'll admit it now, is there was a guest on that album. And I was kind of like, oh man, what the hell are they doing having him on it? Do you know the song I'm talking about? I heard it once.
I think Zakk Wylde plays on
Oh, no.
Reborn.
He fucking loves
That's
Zakk.
what I was about to say. I was like, come on, we don't hate Zakk
Oh,
Wylde.
never.
But no, I don't know the other one now.
Guest vocalist on one of the songs.
I don't remember.
I'm past the age where like, talking shit about certain styles of metal that I didn't like. But the song is called Fuck You, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably I don't like that song that much.
How are you guys with that though? I mean, are there any style? Well, you talked about before, liking like slam, liking hardcore, but are there any styles that like inspire you that we might not know from listening?
When I first got back into playing drums, it was all Skynyrd.
Oh shit! Okay.
All Skynyrd.
Hell yeah.
Like the first 5 albums, I can like front to back, all of those.
Have you ever given any of the albums beyond Ronnie a chance?
Not really.
Oh,
and I know that's a mistake.
No.
Because I did the Rossington Collins band.
Yeah.
I enjoyed listening to that. Wasn't quite Skynyrd. So, and a lot of their newer stuff, it just wasn't the same to me when I first listened to it. But maybe I'll give it a second chance. So
the 20 album, like right out of the gate, is like real ass kicker front to back. The 1991 album, like same thing.
Who's the guy from Blackfoot that plays with him now?
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name.
Medlock.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Ricky Medlock.
He's on all the post Ronnie records, right?
I think there's one that he's not on, but yeah, no, I think you may be right. See, this is amazing to me. You guys, like, you're really young, and like, the more and more I talk to musicians and stuff, like younger ones, like, I'm less surprised that, to find out some of the bands and the inspirations that they have and stuff. But it still fucking blows me away, though. You guys are not supposed to like that music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're big into Skynyrd, like big time. Yeah. So it is, I guess, a bit odd, but I don't know. When I was a kid, all I listened, like, I was probably 10. I bought my first Zeppelin record. Was like, now this is it. I don't remember what was playing on the radio in 2005 or whatever. But I was like, whatever this is, I like it. And then I found Metallica, Sabbath, all the big dogs, and I was like, whatever this is what I like.
Did any of this stuff come from your parents at all?
My dad was a big time metalhead.
Okay,
So,
there
like,
you go.
I was like 6 years old listening to Slayer. And I remember being back in middle school, you know, at the lunch table or whatever. And my friend's like, dude, have you ever heard of this band, Disturbed? It's the heaviest band ever.
Oh,
Like, no
man.
shade to Disturbed,
No.
you know, or anything like that. Like, I'm not talking shit. But I'm like, dude, have you ever heard of Short Bus Pileup?
Oh,
and they're
shit.
and I saw they were on your show,
Yeah.
and they listened to it. They're like, dude, this sounds like shit.
No.
Yeah. And then like 5 years later in high school, they're like, dude, Short Bus Pileup's awesome. You know, which I know they're local. They're from where, Newport?
Richmond, right here. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Richmond. Jesus Christ. No, I'm sorry. It's Sunday. I don't mean to say take his name in vain. Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
Couple are from Fredericksburg.
Mhm.
Gotcha, yeah.
But I was about to say, like, all my friends like love Short Bus Pileup now, which I think is so funny because back in middle school, they're like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. And now they're like, this is awesome. You know?
Wow.
So,
That's quite the evolution we've seen in a few people. It's like you show them something crazy like Slam or something, they're like, I don't like it. And then they listen to it a little bit. They spend some time around you a little bit. You keep playing like Peeling Flesh or some of these. It's like they start listening to it. It's like, actually, no, this shit rules. And it's like, yes.
What do you think it is about it? Because you're right. At the surface, it's extremely abrasive, distorted, all that stuff. Is it the, well, I'm going to have to say it, but is it the groove?
One of my friends, like, the heaviest thing he would listen to is like Bon Jovi. And I took him to a Peeling Flesh concert, and he was like, dude, this is the coolest thing I've ever been to. And he's a metalhead now.
Wow.
Or he likes some metal. He likes our music a lot. Mitch.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
I think it was Sang with Sugabog and Peeling Flesh.
Yeah, okay.
It was like his first concert ever, and it's like, dude, this is sick.
See, I would like, maybe this is an unpopular opinion that's going to get me kicked out of metal, right? But I would still argue that a Bon Jovi fan, like, you could call him a metalhead, you know? I mean, maybe it depends on, like, what other bands they listen to,
Sure.
too, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, you think back in the day, like 86, it was like Poison was American metal. So this is a heavy metal band. It's like, I think the goalposts have changed a little bit over the years. It's like, you can throw Bon Jovi in there for the time.
And you know
somehow.
what? Look what the Cat dragged in. Okay, that like single. I will die on that hill. I will fight till the death. That song goes hard. You know.
They got some big ones. That's for sure.
I'll say, I don't know how much you're into the hair metal, but I love the hair metal.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I love Firehouse.
All right, yeah.
Firehouse is awesome. All that stuff.
So you're good. You actually really like it because, like, most people that talk about hair metal, they're gonna say Motley Crue.
Right.
You know, maybe they'll say Def Leppard. Actually, the first Def Leppard EP was pretty like maiden-y. It's worth checking out, and I fucking love Def Leppard.
I was about to say, because I'm not familiar with some of their early stuff like that, so I'll check it out.
No, it's worth it. I think you definitely like it.
Hell yeah.
But like, that's so interesting to me how certain people can like, you are in a band that sounds, you could be right there alongside Metallica, you know, on the Injustice tour, you know, you could be there like with Exodus and stuff, and you're playing, that's the style you're playing right now and everything, but you also appreciate other styles and like you mentioned before, you mentioned slam, you mentioned hardcore and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Do you ever fight a temptation to bring that into your songwriting?
We don't usually fight the temptations.
It sort of just happens.
Yeah.
Whatever happens is just like, that's kind of it.
Because, like, when I first joined the band, I changed some of the drum parts, and, you know, it's like, oh, I could play this here, play this here. And it's like, is this necessarily a thrash drum beat or like a groove metal drum beat? No. So, but I thought that was pretty cool, being able to do that.
So is it just the fact that, like, so what are the other guys in the band, like, that aren't here? Like, who are some of their favorite bands?
Matt's a big 90s alternative guy, our bass player. He loves that sort of, and that's what kind of got him into, well, and he's not a huge metalhead. If any of us aren't true metalheads, it's probably Matt. He's a very diverse, he's a big 90s guy though, for sure.
I wonder if, like, it's Matt's influence and his, like, whatever he kind of like helps bring to the table. I wonder if that is what takes you guys from, say, you know, an Impact is imminent Exodus, I keep harping on them and everything, into a more kind of like 90s, like Zetro Exodus and everything. Like, do you think it's like...
It's definitely possible, yeah, because that's definitely his... Well, and as bass player, that low end is especially in a metal band, is very important. So that sort of thunder and groove that will come from your bass player like that, it's like definitely an important part. So it's definitely possible that, yeah.
Does anybody ever bring any riffs into the fold and you guys are like, no, that bullshit?
Yeah, me. That's all my brain does is come up with riffs. It's like all day, every day. It's just writing and recording new stuff on the phone. And then I'll come back to it days or weeks later and I'm like, 90% of this is trash. But there's a dozen riffs here that are like, this is good stuff. So then that makes it to the demos. And then Fernando, our other guitar player, he sends a good amount of riff tapes too. So we got a good bit to choose from. There's no shortage of riffs from this band, so it's good.
And how many from the last, let's say the last kind of like real writing tear that you were on, right? When you just like had tons of ideas and everything.
Yeah.
How many are making their way onto the new album?
A very small percentage made it, but because there's so many, like it's still a lot of riffs. So luckily we were able to, because we got 10 songs that are done-ish. The demos have a beginning and an ending, basically. So there's 10 songs that are done, and I don't know, there's, hundreds of riffs that were on the chopping block, and then it made it down to however many are on the record. So
can you talk about what we might get to hear from the new record, like at all?
Damage Plan. It's very,
okay, yeah,
sorta.
Yeah.
Well, it's still the same, it's still a similar sound. It's kind of evolving a little bit, if I had to say. It's definitely not, it's going to be the same as the last record because we have different members now. We got a new drummer. We got to get another guitar player. It's like, there's going to be a lot more elements there's going to be more guitar stuff on there for sure. Fernando is a beast with like lead melodies and all that sort of stuff. So there's going to be a lot of that, but it's still Shovelhead. It's still going to be relatively similar, just maybe evolved another step, if you will.
So we might not hear any like Sanguisugabog necessarily, any influences like that?
Well, we don't tune low enough to hang with those guys. We're in like drop C or D standard.
Yeah, they're in drop G.
They're down there. So there's a little bit of that.
We got drop pedals.
True, we can get down there if we need to, but a lot of our stuff is still a little bit thrashy and requires some articulation and some clarity in the guitars. So being tuned real low doesn't always lend itself to that. So we try to stay sort of not way down there in the tunings, but who knows?
Yeah. So thrash though isn't like something like grindcore where, well, actually I'll bring this up in a second, but like, when you think of grind, a lot of people just think fucking noise, like direction. Yeah. Right. But I was at a show last week, and this band Burt Bacharach played, and that was a very big deal to me because those were two I guess at this point now I could say surviving members.
Yeah.
Their original band AC. Are you familiar with that acronym at all?
No.
All right, yeah, because you guys are pretty young. All right, I can't really even say it on camera. Like I really can't, right?
Oh wait, no,
yeah, I know.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, exactly. But what blew me away about it though is their music has a lot of like stops and starts and stops and starts. So it's not just like grind slop, right?
Yeah.
But these guys, I watched them the whole set. They didn't look at each other once, and I can't imagine that like when you're playing that thing, that kind of style and stuff, you gotta be like, you guys probably look at each other on stage and stuff, right?
It helps to have a little bit of communication, whether it's eye contact or just watching the drummer for like stops or something like that. So having that in that scenario, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's also Fernando telling me to slow down.
Yes.
Does that happen?
It's happened a couple times.
Oh, really?
It's not often, but sometimes I get carried away.
We get a little excited sometimes.
Do you ever like, we were talking about temptation before, but do you ever fight the temptation to just fucking go into a blast beat like that?
Constantly.
Yeah.
Do you really? Yeah.
I was about to say, it's like, it'd be cool if I put a blast beat here, and it's like, yeah, maybe not.
Well, there was, oh shit, what is the, oh man, what a fake Slayer fan I am. There was a song on I believe it was the Christ Illusion album, and there's a blast beat on it. And I remember when that album came out in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. There was all this big like news like there's a blast beat on the new Slayer. Do you remember the name of that song by any chance?
I can't put my finger on it. I'm trying to think of who the drummer was on that album. Was it Bostaff or was Lombardo?
It was still Lombardo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was an era in there where Bostaff came in for an album or two. I can't remember which ones.
Yeah, he made his debut on the Divine Intervention album.
That's it. Yeah.
Which I love, you know.
There's some good tracks on there for sure.
Yeah. How about oh shit, here we go. Okay. All right, I consider this extremely controversial, okay? It's controversial in my world, but it apparently isn't with a lot of like the younger generation and everything, right? Because I lived through this, so I got to see it firsthand and everything. Where are you guys at with nu metal?
Limp Bizkit's awesome.
Okay, all right.
So I like Korn. Anything else? Haven't really listened to it.
I'm kind of on that thing. I think Bizkit rules.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other stuff, like Korn, never really got into. Although I get the size, the monstrosity that is Korn. Like, it's kind of hard to hate on them. They're a big deal. System of a Down, kind of same thing. Never really got into it. Limp Bizkit rules, though.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit rules.
I wonder, okay, here's the reason why I bring this up. There was a period of time where you could not, where nu metal was like shit, all right? Like, you're not supposed to like nu metal and everything, okay? And it's just so crazy to me to hear years later where kids are like, oh yeah, I like this, like, I think I'm starting to figure it out why, but like where kids are like, oh yeah, I like this, you know, this is like Limp Bizkit or like some of the more obscure ones like Spine Shank and like bands like that. What I'm starting to understand, I guess, is that nu metal like Limp Bizkit, like shit. Who's another one that was like really popular?
Some people throw Slipknot in there, but
I don't know if I'd call them nu metal. I mean, they kind of are.
Yeah.
Same era, but
like I don't think they're in the same realm as like Korn or Bizkit for the nu metal, but I guess they're still nu metal.
Yeah.
I would consider them that, but the reason why I think that people are like okay with it is because it's not all that different from like being in the grocery store and hearing like, you know, an Elton John song, you know, it's like you can't like, even if you are diehard black metal, nothing else, you know, diehard sludge or something like that. I mean, you hear Tiny Dancer, it's like, it's just there, you know, how the hell are you going to hate on it, you know?
It's like it's objectively like, this is a great song.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that kind of. So do you guys don't vomit at the thought of any particular styles out there?
I don't. I'm all over the place. I'm a big Mariah Carey. I think she's the queen of the 90s. One of the greatest. Well, anyway, I'm all over the place with that sort of stuff. Big Elton John fan, big Billy Joel fan, Elvis Presley. I mean, I'm all over the place.
I'm pretty much in the realm of just rock and metal.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Like, the softest music I listen to is
Feeling Flesh.
I couldn't tell you. It's like 70s rock music.
Okay.
That's about as light as I go.
Like Blackfoot, stuff like that.
Blackfoot. I like rockabilly.
Okay, all right.
Love the Stray Cats.
Oh yeah, all right. So, but like all that stuff, I feel like passes the cool test. Like, yeah, you can be like a headbanger, you know. It's all you eat, sleep, and breathe, and everything. And it's you probably are okay admitting to liking, like Stray Cats, Clash, stuff like that, you know. But like,
I don't know if Mariah Carey makes the cut for the cool.
Mariah Carey does not make the cut.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's okay. What about a band like Chicago? You know, like
I got a soft spot for my dad likes Chicago, so I grew up a lot. I've heard a lot of their songs from a young age. I don't know if they pass the cool test nowadays, though.
Yeah, no, I don't know either.
Same thing with like Foreigner. My dad was a big Stones fan too. So some of that stuff, I'm like, I like it, but I don't have a good radar on if it passes the test.
I can tell you why Stones at least passed the test. Now, I would consider Foreigner like pass the test any day of the week, you know,
hell yeah.
Completely, right? But I can tell you the reason why Stones passes without question, because in 2002 on the sort of down comeback tour, right when they dropped Bustle in Your Hedgerow. They didn't have an opener for the tour that I saw. Instead, it was just this like 60-minute kind of movie of like old videos, right? Like old Skynyrd, like they showed like the Die by the Sword Slayer videos, like all that kind of stuff. And I don't remember the song, but there was a Rolling Stones song, and so I'm pretty sure
that they pass.
Yeah. But so okay, so it's been fun, I guess, doing what you guys do, writing songs, practicing and everything. But have there been any moments though where it's been difficult, where like you can't agree on a certain riff, something like that?
I don't think we've ever gotten that way.
I was trying to think of something. Everything has been pretty easy breezy. Yeah, like it's been very easy to work with all these guys. It's been a lot of fun.
I was about to say, I don't think we've ever gotten into anything with each other ever.
Yeah, just kind of, especially like creatively, it's like I'll normally have like these ideas for songs and I'll just throw them out to the guys and be like, man, pick it apart. If there's something you don't like, something you want to change, have at it.
Like even when we were on the road the other month, like the biggest disagreement we had was where to eat. So,
where'd you settle upon?
It's usually Chick-fil-A.
A lot of Chick-fil-A. Not as much pizza as we wanted.
I was about to say, I'll eat pizza every meal, and they're like, no, we don't want pizza.
Are there certain pizza places you refuse to eat at because you just think it's disgusting?
Pizza Hut.
Oh, really?
Pizza Hut. No,
okay.
Can't do it.
That's a recent thing, though. 20 years ago, Pizza Hut was...
Well, yeah. Pizza Hut a while ago used to be great.
Yeah.
Now it's not good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow, because I've been there recently, and I was okay with it.
Well, it might be place to place, too.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's place to place.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't like Pizza Hut, there's another big box like chain that I bet you do like that I'm not down
Only
with.
Domino's or Papa John's.
You like those?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Most of the pizza, there's this local pizza chain near my house that does $6 lunch pizzas. I'm there almost every day.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah.
But you're okay with Papa John's? And,
yeah.
Because I think it's fucking disgusting.
Oh, no, dude, it's great.
Wow. What about Little Caesars?
I'm a Little Caesars guy. That's
I couldn't tell you the last time I ate it.
There's one pretty close to me. That's why. But
you guys those hot and readies?
You can't beat it, dude.
Okay.
No way it's still $5, right?
No.
How much is it?
$13.89.
$13.89 for a Little Caesars pizza.
Well, I get the works. I get meat lovers, all that sort of stuff. So that's part of the reason. But
that's what I was wondering about, because it's like there was a period of time where I ate a lot of Little Caesars. Yeah, because it was close to me, you know? Like those hot and readies were like, you know.
Yeah. But no, back in the day, that was hard to beat, man. $5. But yeah, times have changed.
So what is like, how do you guys rehearse? Like, do you guys just have like practice, or do you say like, all right, we're going to focus on like, we're going to practice like just a set? Like what's a grouping look like?
It's a good question. A lot of if we got like a run of shows coming up or something, we'll normally hammer out the set for a while. That's normally what practice consists of. But like the other day, it was just me and Jacob over at his house working on a new song, working out drum parts for one of the new ones. And so a lot of it works off of, for new stuff, if we're in creative mode, if you will, it starts with whatever scratch demo I've come up with. And then it's like, it needs to pass everybody's tests. It needs to have, XYZ done to it by everybody. And luckily with technology, you can do that from your own home. It's like, we don't need to necessarily be in a room and jam on something to get a sound, if you will.
Yeah.
So you can kind of work out parts off of like a demo original like basis to start from, sort of.
Yeah, you brought up before about having like tons of riffs on your phone, and it just made me think like back in the day there were like these little portable recording devices like built for that, right? For that purpose. But you had to like plug in and stuff like that, and it's just like the process itself was like frigging nightmare.
Yeah, it's just a little too cumbersome to make it easy, something like that. But yeah, nowadays it's very easy.
What do you do? Do you like direct into your phone, or are you okay with just playing like, like unplugged, you just put the phone right there? And
well, as far as just like riff ideas, I'll just set up the camera and just use audio. It's like, that's all it's like, I just need to, especially in my mind, if the riff's good enough, it won't be very hard to remember. It's like, as soon as you start playing, like, oh yeah, I remember that one.
okay.
So, and if it's something where I'm like, what the hell am I playing there? It's like, even I'm not going to spend the time to try to figure it out. It's like, it probably wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Wow. That, who also said that? Do you know these guys, Spiral Fracture?
Oh yeah, we're pretty close with Brian too.
Oh, cool. I think it was actually might have been Brian that said that. That said, yeah, he's not a. Oh man, he's not big on recording like riff ideas because he says like if I can't remember it in a week, like it probably sucks or something.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Unfortunately, my brain doesn't work well enough to even remember the good stuff, so I gotta get something down. But yeah, the mentality of that is, 100% agree.
Well, what about beats though? I mean, do you ever come up with a beat that's like just like infectious and?
I just listen to whatever he writes.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Come up with stuff that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does that work? Like, do you say like, all right, the tempo is this, and then you match that, or like?
That's where we'll start. Yeah, like because the riff, it's like I'll try it. I mean, even like a good riff that comes from a riff tape or something, I'll try it in however many different tempos, however many different iterations. It'll go through 5 drafts before anybody else even hears it. So it's normally relatively worked through pretty well to where it's good, or at least, and if it gets to a point where it's not good, it's like throw it out. We got a bunch more to choose from. So normally by the time the guys get them, they're relatively worked through and maybe ready to go ish. But every time it gets to them, it is subject to change. Like if somebody says, hey, we should try this at a slower tempo, should speed it up a little bit, we should do some double kick here, we should do some, it's always subject to change, but that's how it starts.
Are there any songs that we know now that looked nothing like when they were first kind of pinned together?
Well, this may not answer your question exactly, but when we did, we recorded a DIY cover of Hallowed Be Thy Name from Maiden.
Yeah.
Which is, I love that song. But basically there's a halftime breakdown and double kick in a Maiden cover, which is maybe a little bit against the rules.
It's probably heresy, to some like hardcore Maiden fans that I put double kick in a Maiden song. But
yeah.
It sounded awesome.
You did a great job with it.
Yeah.
You did a great job with it.
I love that.
Yeah. It was his idea too.
It was like,
it wasn't even my idea.
Try some halftime this thing.
And double kick.
Yeah.
No, it was cool to hear something that's like, not everybody knows Hallowed by Name and everything, so to
make
hear
something
like,
different. Yeah,
to hear you're kind of like, but to me it was almost sort of like even uncharacteristic for Shovelhead AD. It was just like something that was like,
well, that was our first time recording something with Jacob as the drummer, so it was kind of like, so you do your thing, man, this is it. So
what was the motivation behind No Cover Charge? Because like I'm wondering if it's the same as many other bands that do like a whole album EP of just covers. What was that?
The idea was we'd played a couple shows like in the beginning of 25 when Fernando had joined a lead guitar like full time and Jacob had joined us on the drums. We'd played a couple shows and we were like, this sounds like, I mean, we felt it was a very big step up to have all 4 of us in this. We were like, we just released an album last winter. It's like, but we want to do something that encompasses the sound that we have now and all the layers and all the different things that are added from having these 2 guys now in the band. So we're like, well, let's throw together, because I can do a little bit of like DIY recording for like full kit, full band. So we were like, let's throw something together and get this new sound out, get something without having to write. It's like, we don't have to write a whole new record, go into the studio, spend all this time and money trying to do X, Y, Z with it. It's like, let's get this sound out there. Cause we noticed at the live shows, it was a big step up and we were having very good reactions. We were like, let's record something. Let's do something quick. Let's do something fun. So like we picked 5 songs, recorded them in his basement, the drums.
4.
Oh yeah. Originally 4. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
tell them the story about that.
Yeah. We had all the mics set up for all the drums. What song did we just finish recording?
Foxy Lady.
We recorded Foxy Lady. And he was like, we should do one more song. He's like, what song do you know? I was like, how about Call Me the Breeze?
Oh, shit.
And I think I did in one.
I think it was just one take.
Yeah, it was one take. So, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So,
damn.
and then I don't even know if we told everybody about that.
We just recorded it.
We're like, oh yeah, by the way, we recorded Call Me the Breeze, so learn the parts.
Yeah.
Oh,
we did
wow.
we did the drums for Breeze. It's like, hey, now we got to learn the guitars, bass, and I got to sing it.
Which I think is the most popular one.
Yeah, it was good, it's crazy how it
Or
worked
whenever
out.
we play it, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So
We'll pull that one out live every once in a while. Call Me the Breeze.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
I bet you guys could do a mean version of On the Run, Blackfoot.
Hell yeah, dude. Now we got it. We got to do that.
I mean, no pressure. I was just thinking about that.
No, we're
I was like,
Blackfoot fans too, so it's like, that's a great idea.
Oh man, the reason I brought that up is because I hear often from bands that when they do a full covers album or EP or something, a lot of the times it's because they needed to just get it out of their systems.
Yeah.
You know, but you guys actually had like an agenda with that.
Yeah, that was the plan, is to do exactly that, because we had this sound, we had new drummer, lead guitar player. It's like, man, there's something magical here. It's like the shows were like, this is next level. We were like, we just got to get this on tape somehow. So
Are you pretty set in your songwriting ways and your playing ways to the point where, like, okay, so you brought in an extra guitarist, you added a ton of different dimensions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
What I'm thinking about is how certain bands go even crazier than that, and they add a third guitarist, like, you know, like Maiden right now. What would happen to Shovelhead AD? Like, would the prospect of having a third guitarist be exciting, or it'd be like, oh shit, this is too much?
at first thought, as one of the guitar players, very exciting. But then logistically, I'm like, man, some of these clubs we play, the stage is tight with 4. It's like 5 would be challenging, to say the least. But also, it's a lot of our sound is about tightness, and about, especially with some of the rhythm guitar stuff, just having 2 guitars be like laser tight together is challenging. So a third would maybe adds a cool dimension of guitar layers, but it might subtract a little bit from the tightness of the sounds. But at first thought, as soon as you say that, I'm like, hell yeah, that'd be awesome. But then I'm like, well, there would be a little bit of this. We'd have some trouble here and do this. But who knows?
But what surprises me is the first thing that came to mind was maybe not so much like how much more complicated the songs would be, but like spatially, like on stage and stuff. You're right. That's a great point.
Yeah, we're not exactly playing Madison Square Garden, so it's like a lot of these places are snug, and it's a lot of fun that way. It's like those are some of our favorite places to play. But getting everybody on the stage and not slamming into each other while up there headbanging and stuff is already sometimes challenging. So
have you ever like maybe kind of almost fell off the stage or anything?
I haven't, luckily, and luckily you haven't either. But sometimes,
well, actually, no. One time I kind of almost did. The drum riser, it was butted up against the wall and was pushed forward.
oh yeah,
And I scooted my seat back and went,
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
yeah. During the song, I like scooted myself back up. I don't think I messed up that bad, but that was the
shit.
Piss and Razor show. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, another
You guys
round.
play
Yeah.
with Pissing Razors?
Yeah, those guys rule. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's like the perfect pairing. Oh my God.
That was on Halloween.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun
Wow.
show.
Where was that show at?
It was at another round over in Lakeside.
Or Melon
down in-
Jays now. Or
Yeah, Melon
whatever it's
Jays. Yeah, in
called.
Richmond.
I don't think they do shows, right? Or
We haven't played there in a while. I think they do.
I don't know.
Oh.
So
Wait, another round. That was Brian's place, right?
Correct.
Mm.
Yeah, back
Oh,
in the day.
okay. See, I didn't know that for the longest time because there was a band. There's a band from Maryland, right? And these kids are young, okay? And I forget how like I ended up getting involved with them, but like their parents were like, can you get them a gig in where you're at, like in Richmond and stuff like that. And so I reached out to a couple places and they're like, we're not all ages, but apparently another round was or
I
is
think
or
so.
was.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the other like all ages places around in the Richmond area?
Well, there used to be, Bum Rush is in Fredericksburg, but we played a show there. That place rules. They're
yeah,
not doing
Bum
shows.
Rush Vinyl Shop.
Yeah.
We played a show there. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, when was that?
This was last fall.
No idea.
I wonder if that was one of the shows I missed there because I've been to 2 shows there.
I think the other band was Blaziner.
Oh,
played.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blaziner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was a
okay.
really fun show, but I don't think they're doing shows there anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't really know the reason why.
I think they said it was getting too packed.
Oh, is that
Like
why?
even when we played there, it was tight.
Was it? Yeah.
It was gnarly though. It was fun.
Oh man, what about this other place I've been hearing about, Madam Oddities? Are you familiar at all?
Yeah, they're up here in Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
I feel like we played there a while ago. I can't quite remember. But no, we haven't been there in a while.
Well, like I heard about it, and it's supposedly like an antique kind of like just like cool trinket shop.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I'm like, if you got stuff on like tables and on display, and you're gonna let all these maniacs in, like,
These animals are going to destroy this place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But there's another place though, that I think is fairly new here in Fredericksburg. What the hell? What is the place I'm thinking of?
Oh, I was about to say I'm excited to hear because we'd love to play up in Fredericksburg more. We just don't know any of the venues.
Okay, it's I think it might be called Revolt, or maybe that's a band that's like coming on here soon.
I'll say Revolt is a band. We played with them a bunch of times.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. They're from Lynchburg.
Yeah.
Bunch of young guys, the Thrashers.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Oh shit! All right, so you said Lynchburg, and it just reminded me because you guys got super rad arcade out there.
We
right?
played there, yeah.
Yeah,
a cool
cool.
spot.
Oh, I fucking love that place.
Yeah, arcade bars as venues are just a great idea.
I think it's Reboot down in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, that's
that
another
place is
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I got good news for you guys then, because the place that I cannot friggin' think of right now, maybe it's called Reclaim. It might be called Reclaim.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, which that would make sense because it's one of those like sort of like might be a barcade, but it's like super rad where you know you just there's tons of like games and stuff, and I guess like reclaim the fucking 80s or something like that, like that type of thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I think who's playing there? Maybe it's like do you know Fate Haven?
Oh yeah. We haven't played with them in a while, but yeah, we've been friends with Matt Frank, their guitar player.
Yeah.
Love that guy. Yeah, we've been friends with them for a while. Good guys.
Yeah, they were
Great
here. They were here a week and a half ago, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that. But
nice.
Yeah, their episode is going up on Thursday, and then Spiral Fractures is like after that and everything. But do you guys like playing video games too, like old like retro video games and stuff?
I don't play a lot of video games, but
Still have my dad's old Atari.
Holy shit, dude!
Have not plugged that in a while. So I have an old Sega N64,
dude, you gotta fire these
GameCube.
up, man.
What's the other one? The
SNES, like Super Nintendo.
Yeah, with the little zapper.
Yeah, well, there's the NES, had the like zapper.
Yeah, I have the little zapper gun still. That's about all the retro stuff I have. I have no arcade machines though. One of my buddies wants to get an arcade machine, but I was like, dude, where are you gonna put this? Because it's giant.
Those things still to this day. So like you can get the kind of like I don't know, maybe new school, whatever you call them, like arcade games. They're like about that big, and they have like Street Fighter, like Mortal Kombat. But even those ones from the 80s are still like $5,000, like, and I guess maybe now they might be going up in volume.
I think they do command quite the price tag even nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah. You said Atari. I didn't think you were going to say Atari. I think it was like PlayStation or something like that.
What's the game where you're in the maze and you have to go around and find the keys? That's the one I remember playing the most. It's the 8-bit game.
All right, so if it's 8-bit, then that was probably NES. Because I think Atari was fucking like 2-bit.
Or 2-bit or whatever. I just remember it was pixels on the screen. But you go around the little maze and find the keys. That's the only thing.
Find the keys.
This was like 16 years ago. So
now I feel like a big loser because I should know that, you know.
There's probably someone screaming through the video right now being like, it's this.
And there were probably people screaming too when I was trying to think of like the Reclaim place. Like, I hope the owners see this, you know, because like I'm glad that they're putting a place like that in Fredericksburg and stuff, you know. What was the biggest venue you guys have played?
That's a good question.
Canal
Club's a pretty good size one.
That's the biggest one I've ever played at. So
I think it's probably Canal Club. And that place rules. We love playing there.
Yeah. My first show was first time I was there. It was the Obituary and like I think like Immolation tour or something.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, that place is cool as hell.
I think I might have been at that show.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
The Canal Club. Yeah.
Yeah, no, awesome venue. It reminds me of like a basement. I don't know why, because
it does have that vibe. Yeah,
pretty sure it used to be a warehouse.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think that's what it looks like to me.
It checks out
because it has like the big holes in the ceiling to go up to the second floor. So I'm guessing it was a warehouse.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of warehouses, how about this other place? Have you heard about it? At Odin's Underground.
We're playing there next Friday.
Yep.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Friday the 15th. We'll be there.
All right, I gotta know. Hold on, I gotta know now. And even though I said I want to keep these off camera because I don't want to look like a nerd, everything, I have to know right now because not only that would be my first time going there, right? But I want to know though.
It's badass, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Do you know I was there? I was in like half in Odin's Underground, and it was because there's a band Wertlos, as how you spell it.
Yeah. I'm almost certain we played with them.
Yeah,
I know we've met those guys before. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Oh, I love them. I love Vertlos to pieces and everything. But they were playing a show there, and I was really excited to see them. And then I couldn't make it, so I brought them a card. Wait, when you said 22nd?
May 15th.
Oh, May 15th.
Friday. Yeah.
Oh fuck, I can't do it. I can't do it. This band Two to a Room is coming in. They're like kind of old school sort of gutter punk and stuff.
Sick.
Like
Nice.
fun as hell band though. Yeah, fun as hell.
Where are they based out of? I feel like I've seen them on a couple bills before.
Yeah, I think kind of far.
Okay.
I think.
Are they across the mountain? I feel like they might be over in like, I can't remember.
Wait, what does that mean? What is across? I haven't lived in Virginia for too long.
Like Blue Ridge kind of splits the state in half almost. It's like when you cross 64 going towards like Waynesboro, Stanton. It's like if you're on that side of the mountain, that's like Lynchburg, Roanoke. Winchester technically is on that side.
Okay, so I've been to Lynchburg, and Lynchburg is on the other side of the mountain.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, something about the South where like, because I was down in New Orleans last month, and friend of mine was telling me down there that like where she lives, it's like okay, it's either you live either up the bayou or down the bayou.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds like the most southern thing I've ever heard.
Well, that's the way I describe. Yeah, because I grew up across the mountain. I grew up over in Augusta County, and moved out here a few years ago, right before started Shovelhead and all that. So I've only been on this side of the mountain for a couple of years.
What side of the mountain am I on?
We're on the Chesapeake Bay side of the mountain.
Chesapeake
we're on the
Bay?
water side. Yeah.
Oh man, all right. Oh, so I the reason I asked you before about like what was the biggest size venue you played is because I was wondering though, because you've also played some smaller places too. So I was wondering though, did you have any like say increase in like, did you get more charged up playing a bigger place? Was there any difference in like the psychology and everything?
It's a good question. Sometimes if you get, because we've played, I think it might have been the last time we played Canal Club when we were finishing up the tour. It was a really, really good crowd. And it was a really fun crowd, and it makes it a lot more fun to play when you get the boys just going wild down there in the pit. It's very fun. But also at the small clubs, like we play at this bar a couple times up in Alexandria, O'Shaughnessy's.
That place is awesome.
Great venue.
You ever get a chance to go up there?
In Alexandria?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
O'Shaughnessy's.
Yeah. It's a great
like
spot.
literally to get in, it's like a door on the side of a brick building. Open it up, it's bar.
And that's it?
Yeah.
It's badass, but it's tight. It's tight in there. But some of our most fun shows have been there. So it's a little bit of both. The big ones are fun, and the small ones are fun.
Okay, because I mean, I feel like, and I think a lot of people would agree too, like just hearing your music, not knowing the band or much about the band. I mean, your music is made for the stage. It's made for the arena, you know? So it totally is. Totally is. It's made for the festival crowd too, you know? So I'm wondering, like, what are some of the band's goals?
Shit, man, we just like playing. We like making music. We like that's our thing. You know, it's hard to make it your career nowadays with a lot of with the hold that the music industry is in with, not being able to sell records and stuff anymore. It's like that's not really a thing. So it's kind of in the way touring has become pretty expensive, and so it's kind of not really practical. So it makes it a challenge, but I mean, we don't have any intention to stop anytime soon.
And is the reason you don't have any intention to stop because that would mean that like you're not doing what you love, which is just playing?
Yeah, but pretty much. I don't know how to not write new songs and come up with new guitar. It's like a faucet that it's like there's no like it's like halfway on. It's like it's just on. It's just going. So it's like, well, we need to write some more shit then.
Jacob, I think I probably know your answer, right? But, well, fucking maybe I don't, okay? Do you feel, is it a compulsion to play?
It's just fun.
Okay.
It's a good time.
I'll say, every band I've ever played in, I'm like, hey, if this is ever not fun, I'm done. You know?
Yeah.
If I'm not having fun playing the music, like even if we don't go out and play, if we're not having fun, what's the point? You know? Because I don't want to do something like this and hate it. So...
Okay, so maybe I should have been a little bit more specific then. I failed to ask that the way I wanted it to. Drums, okay? Just playing drums, right? Do you fucking need to play drums just like all the time?
Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah, okay.
I'll say.
That's what it is. It's the feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing drums feels awesome. I don't know.
It is probably the most fun instrument, just beating the hell out of the.
Oh yeah, I was about to say you get to smash up your drum kit, have a great time.
And he does. He's harder on cymbals than I've ever seen
I
of
have a
anybody
stack
else.
of cymbals at home that are just cracked and broken to pieces. I have one that looks like a Beyblade because I cracked one side, notched it, and I cracked the other side, and then notched that one too. So it's just like this. Looks like a weapon now.
It's pretty
Wow.
gnarly.
You know,
He's
but,
he's cracked some hi hats too,
yeah,
which
I
is
cracked 2 sets of hi-hats.
which is pretty nuts.
Cracked a China. I couldn't tell you how many crashes. Splash cymbals, don't use them because I break them.
No shit.
You slammed your way through a snare head not too long ago.
Plus
too.
I've broken 3 kick drum heads and a snare drum head. Never broken a tom head.
Wow. What about, do you hit the rim on the snare a
Oh, yeah.
lot? You do, yeah?
Mhm.
I think it was Chuck Biscuits from Danzig was, I guess, notorious for like, I don't know how true this is, but at least John Christ. Well, I'm not gonna doubt him on anything. Number one, because I think he's the man. Number two,
Yes.
he doesn't live too far from here. He lives in Maryland and everything.
Yeah.
But apparently, every single one of Chuck's hits, he was hitting the rim. Like,
I
so
buy
every,
that.
you know what I mean?
I buy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say I try to rim shot every time.
Really? Yeah.
You get that ping. Ping, ping, ping.
Yeah, my snare is very pingy.
Yeah.
So,
Well, because the reason I asked you about that is because it seems like drummers, and I'm surprised you haven't like been doing it now. With drummers, even when you're just sitting still, it's a lot of this. You know, it's
Mhm.
like that continuously. But you seem pretty reserved. Like you can.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, usually if I'm sitting up straight, I always have like my.
Oh,
Be
okay.
doing
So for
that,
you,
yeah.
it's the legs.
I do
then.
the legs.
He gets his foot out of the way, so he doesn't do it all the time.
Less fingers, more feet. So,
Oh.
like, I'll be sitting somewhere out in public, people like, why do you move your feet like that? It drives my grandma crazy.
Wow.
But-
No shit.
Yeah, I always do the feet.
Damn. Okay. So that's almost kind of next level because, like, yeah, I've seen like fingers a lot and everything, but actually your legs though is
Just
like
double kick all day.
But I mean, but how about you, Chuck? Though I mean, are you always thinking about riffs? Are you always like?
Unfortunately, yes, and it's kind of ruined listening to music. So I'm like, man, if they would have done this here instead of that, the phrasing's all off. They should have done this. That's like all I do. It's even like I can only listen to the music I grew up with because anytime I listen to new stuff, I'm like, man, I wish they'd have done this. It'd have sounded way better. It's like I need to write a riff like that, fix it. I literally do that all day. It's kind of a problem.
Are there any songs that you just either can't listen to or like every single time you hear a certain like, you know, lick or solo or something like that, you're just like, that should have been different?
It's a good question. I don't think so. Because all of the music I consistently listen to, I basically worship. Like I'll go back and just rinse and Justice for All and be like, perfect. Go back and listen to like Vulgar Display Power. I'm like, perfect.
Oh,
Just
really?
just listen to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Justice was interesting because, like, I know there's a whole friggin' cult of people out there who are so angry that, like, it's not a lot of bass in it and
Yeah.
everything.
As a guitar player, the guitars, especially a rhythm guitar player, I like it. The guitars are very loud and it's very, very present. I like the sound of it, but yeah, there is no bass, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, I think just, song structure-wise, song-wise, period. Yeah,
Yeah.
Justice is, like...
It's just a riff puzzle for 8 minutes. I'm like, as a rhythm guitar player, I'm like, that rules.
But you guys are... I would describe Shovelhead's albums as also being riff puzzles, too.
There's
you
a
know?
little bit of that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that conscious? Like, was that intentional?
Not so much. It probably just came from like me as the rhythm guitar player writing most of the riffs and listening to And Justice for All the time. It's like it just kind of happened. It was not conscious, but it just kind of came out that way. Yeah.
Oh, man. So, Jacob, what about with drums, though? I mean, are there certain albums you hear and you're just like, your skin crawls and like, oh, there's not a fill there should be, that type of thing? Or-
No, I don't usually get that way. So
Okay.
That's a much better way to be.
I was about to say, most of the time, it's the overplaying stuff.
Overplaying?
Yeah, that gets
Really?
me. But usually that's more like genre specific stuff. You know, not to say that any of that music's bad.
Yeah,
It's just, that's not how I play.
Would that
So-
be like prog, like Dream Theater type of stuff?
Yeah. Well, it's not, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
I like Dream Theater.
Yeah, me
Fernando,
too.
our other guitar player, huge Dream Theater.
Yeah.
Oh
fan.
yeah.
He has that guitar signed by.
He's got a signature Petrucci guitar that is signed by all of Dream Theater.
Wow.
It is
And he said it was like his favorite guitar, and now he can't play it.
Yeah, he's
It's
like, I
just in a
can't.
case.
It's too.
No.
Which I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh man.
But
yeah, there are people out there. I've seen them on specifically there's a Facebook group for like Dimebag, like it's like the Dimebag Marketplace or something like that.
yeah,
And like there's some people that talk shit about owning them, but like not playing them and stuff.
yeah.
And you know, like I hear that. It's like I hear both like sides, but I don't know. I think you kind of have to draw the line when you have a guitar like that.
Yeah.
You know.
The thing is, I don't think I could ever own anything like an instrument and not play it. Like I would like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, it's like I used to have 3 drum sets. I sold all of them but one because I just played one.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I need other ones?
So you can't play 2 kits
Well,
at once.
maybe.
Well, maybe there's a way.
Chuck, you end up getting your hands on a Hetfield pick, like from I don't know, from the
I
tour.
could not play it.
You wouldn't play it? No.
I would have it. Yeah, I would keep it very safe.
Oh, okay. All right. Who are some of your other guitar heroes?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. A big Hetfield guy. Yeah. Trying to think. Zach Wild, big Zach Wild fan.
Yeah.
He's the man. Mustaine, like Dave Mustaine, some of that early Megadeth. It's pretty badass. And then obviously Dime, big time.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. How about
Pantera,
you
Damage
for
Plan. Hell yeah.
Gene Hoglan.
drummers? Say it again. Sorry.
Gene Hoglan.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my Neil Peart, of course. Greg Bissonette.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, love Greg Bissonette.
Who's that Skynyrd guy?
The original one?
No, who's the
one after the original. I don't remember the original guy's name.
Yeah, me neither.
Artemis was on the latter 2 records.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Actually, Medlock played on. Oh no, he never did. He was in the band as a drummer early, but as a drummer though, like not a guitarist.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, Artemis Pyle though is fucking like
Dog.
oh man,
Mm.
fantastic drummer.
You gotta have some stamina to play those
Yeah.
songs. You know, they're not like extremely technical, but when you're playing for an hour and a half,
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to be that guy, but like at that age too.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
Like something like that. But like, where's like, I am a really bad judge of bad drummers, right? I just can't like. I hear people criticizing, like, I don't know, say Matt Sorum, you know, during his time in Guns N' Roses, you
Yeah.
know, or like one of the more recent drummers, like Frank Ferrer or something like that. And I hear it and I'm like, that version of Jungle doesn't sound any different to me as it like, but I mean, can you pick out when like, when a drummer changes, can you pick out when like, you know, you don't like the new drummer, you prefer the old drummer or something like that?
I've never really noticed it.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
most of the bands. And even live, I don't think we've ever played with a band that had a bad drummer. I think
Okay.
pretty much everyone we played with is pretty tight.
Yeah.
So
Okay, you're one of the most easygoing. I love you as a drummer, right? You are one of the most like easygoing drummers out there.
you know, I'm not going to sit there and pick apart like every micro mistake, you know, because it's live music. If rock music, always say has to breathe.
Yeah.
If there's not some slight tempo change or something, it sounds robotic, doesn't sound alive, you know, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. It makes
And-
it not quite as interesting. Yeah.
And also, like, if you're not playing the most technical drum beats, it's like, is it serving the song?
Ah, yeah,
If it doesn't serve the song, I don't see the point.
Okay. So where are you guys when it comes time to like after recording, right? You're standing there in front of the mixing desk with whatever producer and engineers you're working
Mhm.
with and everything. How much do you take advantage of the ability to correct things and move things and stuff?
Well, since I'll just speak to the last album we did. We did that over at Full Circle down in Chesterfield, actually. And as far as post-production stuff, we were very hands-off. We said, this guy, because, we'd listened to some of the bands and some of the records he'd done before and was very impressed with it. So we said, you make it sound how you think. It's like, I'll tell you to turn the guitars up all day. It's like, don't listen to me. So you make it sound how it's supposed to sound. Yeah. So that's typical. That's how we did on the last one, for sure.
Really?
Mhm.
not to bring up AC again and everything, but I saw recently, like they had somebody got a hold of a document that was to be given to like the sound guy at their venues and everything.
Yeah.
And there really were not a whole lot of instructions. It was just like, just fucking turn it up.
Yeah, just make it loud.
Dime everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So okay, so what about though, like if you were faced with a section that you didn't like, right? Maybe you didn't get the deep enough bend on the guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe you missed a beat. You know, maybe you were a little flat. Would you be okay with using like the, I don't know if auto tune is like, well, yeah, I guess it'd be auto tune.
Whatever corrective measures to fix the mistakes. Not so much. If we leave the studio, like once we leave, don't touch it. As far as that goes, with like editing or anything, like mixing, you gotta make it sound good. But if there's something off, if it's really off, we won't leave until it's fixed. But if there's like a little something here and there, we kind of like that, you know. It's like, even if, especially with the singing, if something ain't perfectly in pitch, it's like, this is a metal band. It's like, it's supposed to, it's as long as it's mean, as long as it's got some attitude, it's like, that's kind of that's the gist. And as far as like quantizing drums or fixing, it's like, no, we don't really mess around with any of that.
Yeah, see, I think there are other people out there, perhaps an entire generation, or at least a large segment of a generation, that would look at it a little bit differently than you just described it. They would say, wait a minute, it's metal. It needs to be frigging like razor sharp and stuff. And that's because the bands and the influences that they're referencing have that like fiery precision and stuff, you know?
True. Yeah. I think we might be a little more like old school rock and roll then. Less metal. I don't know.
No. I think there's a case to be made. Well, these days there's so many different styles of metal and everything.
That's yeah, very true.
You know, I would see you guys as like, you are fully metal. You know what I'm saying? There's no chrome, or no, chrome is, I guess, a form of metal. There's no, I don't know. There's no wood, or there's no like, you're like,
there's no plastic mixed in there anywhere.
Plastic.
Yeah,
like the word plastic and everything.
Yeah, AD is pretty metal. Yeah.
Where'd the name come from?
Well, originally we were just Shovelhead, and I came up with that just because I was like, because that's like an era of Harley motors. They were nicknamed Shovelheads. And I was like, that's badass. That'd be a cool band name. And then I think as we were originally starting like years ago, there's some cover band down somewhere that's also named Shovelhead. So you're like, all right, we need something to delineate from. So we made it AD. I was like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that works perfectly.
Yeah, Shovelhead AD. It's like, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
It.
Are there any side projects or anything that any other members are in, or?
I'm in a bunch of bands.
Yeah.
So, okay. Wait, hold on. Don't let me guess. No, actually, no. Tell me about the.
My buddies from high school. We've been playing since 21. We're like a beatdown band.
All right, here we go.
They've all been going to college and stuff. So we come back, we play a little music, and it's like, oh yeah, I have to go back to school. So, and I'm sitting there at my house like, oh well, I have no one to play with now. I used to play bass in my uncle's band. We just played for fun. I played bass in a like a 70s cover band. We're playing like Molly Hatchet, Skynyrd, stuff like that. Played around with some other bands, but didn't really go anywhere with that. I played bass in a death metal band for like 2 days. Okay. And they were more interested in hanging out, which is cool if you want to hang out. They were all friends from high school, and I was like, hey, I want to like get out and play. Yeah. And they weren't about it. And I was like, hey, well, you know, if that's what you guys want to do, that's fine. But they were like an hour away. It's like, I don't want to drive out here for an hour just to hang out.
Yeah.
You know, not trying to be a dick to them, but that's just the way I was. I was like, I want to play music. They want to hang out. So
it's so surprising to me. It continues to be such a mind-blowing moment for me. Every time I ask musicians about what, you know, like the motivators are, right? I kind of started on that a little while ago. I said, when I was talking about the size of the venues and everything, and like what keeps you going and stuff like that, and the most common answer I get is, I just want to play. I grew up thinking that there was really no, and I'm ashamed and embarrassed to admit this. Maybe it's because I'm not a musician myself, but I was under the assumption that you joined a band to make it. you know, to fucking make it big, to
Yeah.
get, you know, the contract, to get all the friggin', you know, the Ferraris and like all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm learning now that the true musician, and that's why I used the word compulsion before, you know, the
Yeah.
true musician, I'm sitting before two of them right here. I've just learned and everything. You just need and you love to play. I mean, that's accurate, huh?
I think you're definitely right. It starts out that way when you're 16 and you start learning an instrument. You're like, man, I'm gonna be Axl Rose.
Rock star.
Yeah. Or, you know, it does start out that way, but then once you get to, or at least this is my experience, once you write some songs that you're like kind of proud of, you're like, even if nobody else likes this, it's like, I think this stuff rules. And I'm like, I want to keep doing this. And it's like, you know, join a band, your band starts doing well, you start to, it's like, that's all cool. It's like, and maybe you can make it full time and be a famous rock and roll band. It's like, that rules. But it's like, it's not gonna, I think it starts like once you write or once you do something that you're really proud of in music, you're like, I want to keep doing that. It's like, that's what the kind of never goes away.
That is such a beautiful thing to hear.
yeah.
Wow.
It's hard to get rid of. Like once you get bit by the bug, it's like you can't get rid of it. Yeah.
And I mean, isn't that a bulk of the reward right there? I mean, it's the creative kind of output that it's what you get to produce and everything, you know?
It's very cool. Like when we finished that EP with the covers, it's like, even though like, I mean, we didn't write those songs, but just learning them and playing them, it's like getting to hear the recordings. It's like, there's something really fun about that. And even more so on your own material. Like when you're doing a full album of your music, it's like, man, there's something really cool about this. I don't know what it is, being in the studio, tracking drums and doing guitars. I was like, there's something that's just electric. It's hard to, I don't know, even if, you know, maybe a few hundred people hear it, it's like, that's all right. Even if there were millions, doesn't matter. It's like, that was, yeah, that's the electric part. If there's some magic in it that it's hard to beat.
So maybe that is where musicians get derailed when they start having success and they have access to all these like extras and, you know, goodies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that maybe the allure of all that kind of stuff takes them away from what brought them there in the first place, which is the love of playing.
I think that's accurate. Yeah.
What was it like when you guys first put Fire from the South together? Like, what did that feel like?
That's a good, Fire from the South is a good example because there was something about that. Like as soon as we played it together as a band, which we were like, when we first came up with it was an old 3-piece group of us. But as soon as like we played it in the room, it was like, man, there's something really cool about this. It's a great vibe. There's something like all the transitions, everything functioned really well within the song. There was something that was like, and it's only like 2 minutes, 2 and some change. It's a real short song.
Yeah.
2 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
And it's always been a fan favorite.
And we kept thinking, or after we had the ideas down, we were like, a 2-minute song for a metal song. I was like, that's a good hardcore or like punk song, 2 minutes. But it's like, we need some more here. And I kept trying to like add stuff. I'm like, no, this is good like it is. This is it. This is perfect. Just leave it. Don't touch it anymore. It's good.
Yeah, because I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, I wish they'd make an extended version.
Yeah.
You know what I
We've heard
mean?
that a few times because that song, it's very quick. It's very fun, but it's very short. And it's like, I think it's better that way.
I'll say all my friends who come to the shows like, you guys are playing Fire from the South tonight, right? And it's like, yeah, we are. So
It's such an awesome song because I feel like it can serve multiple purposes. You can either put it on to get charged up. I mean, I don't really drink, but I want to crank that song and I want to pick up a handle of something and fucking whip it at the wall, right?
Yeah.
Like I go like this first, I'll probably throw up, you know, and then when I'm done puking, like whip it at the wall.
Yeah.
Or if I'm in a bad spot and I need to just like, I need something to like get me through it or something like that.
Yeah.
Or if I'm scared, I was thinking about that before. I was like, if I am faced with something that I don't want to do, then to feel better or stronger or something like that, Fire from the South could fucking do it. You know?
It does. It kind of lights fire in you, which is a lot of fun. I like listening. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of our songs. Once the songs are out and they're done, it's like I don't really listen to them.
Oh, you're
much.
one of those people.
Yeah, because then if I find a mistake, I'm like, shit. I should've fixed that.
Oh.
But it's like that one. It's just a fun song, and it's really easy to listen to, and it can help you in a lot of ways. It'll fire you up, or it'll help you get through something. It's kind of one of the. So I do still go back and listen to that one every once in a while. It's a fun one.
Who comes up with the lyrics?
Me. Yeah,
Really?
unfortunately. Yeah.
No. Your lyrics are like,
Unfortunately, yeah, that would be me.
no, but your lyrics are like pretty mature though, you know?
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh,
Yeah. I was sure, like, when you guys walked in and you told me your ages and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, okay, lyrics probably come from one of the other guys that are, like, closer to my age and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're behind all those.
Yeah, for better or for worse. Yeah.
No, for better, I think. For better, I think.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, of course. What's next for Shovelhead AD?
Next, we got a single coming up May 29th. It's the last Friday in May. It's going to be the first single off of the next album that I said we're working on coming up soon. I don't want to say anymore. I think that's it. Yeah, Friday the 29th. The rest of the album's coming later. We are doing that live album in August, though. So we'll have, I think it'll be 8 songs. But yeah, full live album we'll put out as well. So there's a lot coming to the rest of 26 and into 27.
Wait, where did you record? Did you already tell me where you recorded the live album?
It's going to be in Charleston, West Virginia.
Oh, you haven't recorded it yet?
Not yet.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to do it here in the summer, and it'll come out around August or September.
Really?
Yeah. It's gonna be sweet.
How many? Okay, so you're recording that there. Do you have the ability to record any other shows like over the next however long?
Potentially, we'll have to see. We can get some sort of rougher DIY recordings for sure, but this one's going to be a little bit more like an actual like full mixed and produced live album.
Live at.
Yeah,
okay. I got you. Reason I brought that up is because like I think it's kind of like next level when you got a live album. It's one of those live albums that's got like multiple like destinations or nights, like you know what I'm saying, like
that is cool. That's a good point. Yeah.
I was just thinking about that though, but you'll get to that point though, I'm sure and everything. Wow, damn. All right. Well, we covered a lot here and everything, but was there anything else that maybe I kind of dropped the ball on getting out of you? Or
I don't think so. We did talk about a lot, which was sick. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, basically just we got a new album coming, and we're doing a live album in the fall. I think those are the main things.
When are we releasing that live album?
Whenever I get it mixed. I don't know.
You know what? I'm coming to that show because I want to be on it. Like I want to be out in the crowd. Like,
you get your voice there in the recordings. Screaming, hell yeah.
Yeah. Shovelhead AD is an awesome band. Do you guys know that?
We've had some inklings. No, we're getting better.
It's like, nah, we're terrible.
Nah, it's pretty bad actually.
No, but you guys are just there's something special about you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. You guys are an exceptionally awesome band. It's like you have the production style that I love and everything,
Yeah.
And the musicianship, obviously. The songs are what do the talking and everything. You know what I mean?
I agree. I think that should be the end of the day. It's like it is back to the music. It's what are the songs doing? And like you said earlier, Jacob, playing to the song instead of playing to. Guitar players are guilty of it too. It's like you overplay a little bit. So
like Ingve type of stuff and everything.
Yeah, it's fun to show off sometimes. It's like it doesn't
hate
matter.
to anybody, but
no, not at all.
Well,
yeah, but no, it's all about the song. You're right.
Yeah. Wow. And the other thing I wanted to bring up too is that like actually Daniel and I were talking about it from Age of Ruin, and I agree with him. You only have so many scales, and there are only so many places to go on a guitar.
Yeah.
But you guys have kind of seemed to break beyond that a little bit. There's a lot of original. Listen to Crawl to Me. Crawl to Me is like
it's pretty out there. Yeah, it's different. Well, that comes from not being too well trained in it. In your instrument, it's like you figure it out on your own and you develop your own style instead of being taught how to do it. Because if you're taught correctly, it's like there are a lot of positives that come with that, but it makes you sound kind of like everybody else that was taught correctly, in my mind. So if you kind of figure out how to play on your own, you get your own style by default.
So what is that? It's like you stray from the norm because you don't know the norm. Is that what it is?
Essentially.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a little primitive, but yeah, it's like I didn't figure out how to do it properly. I figured out how to do it my way. And so like now you kind of have your own sound.
And you made something real unique.
Yeah.
God damn. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us,
thanks
man.
for having us.
This is a lot of fun.
No, of course, of course, of course. And I also want to give a real big thanks and shout out to Daniel and Hendrik from Age of Ruin.
Big time.
Yes, of course, because, you know, without them, I may not have stumbled upon you guys. I mean, I'm sure I would have in time and everything.
Yeah, but no, those guys rule. Age of Ruin.
Guys from Age of Ruin are great.
It rocks.
Yeah. I remember being, I was 19, no, maybe I was 20 or something like that. And living up, I mean, they've always been from DC, but they were really, really instrumental and important in helping to kick off that whole like kind of metalcore, like early metalcore
Yeah,
sound.
they're big dogs up there. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I just remember like summer of 2002, you know, Age of Ruin, From Autumn to Ashes, Seven Angels, these like early like metalcore bands and stuff, you know.
They were right there. They were right there with it, spearheading it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So all right, guys, thank you so very much. Is there anything else you want to plug or anything like that?
Let's see. We're headlining the show at the Canal Club June 20th. That's gonna be a big one. We've got a lot of the bands opening that show. It is quite the lineup. So if y'all are anybody's around Richmond in June, we're playing on the 20th at the Canal Club. A hell of a lineup. So y'all got to make it there. And then we're playing at Odin's Friday, the 15th of May. And then we're playing up in Alexandria on June 6th. Yeah. So those are the next couple shows we got coming up. So.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, Jacob, Chuck from Shovelhead AD. And why not, right?
Hell yeah, man.
All right, headbangers, we'll see you somewhere. All right.
Hell yeah.